Welcome to Demo Day, where young innovators take the stage and showcase real-world projects to a global audience. At WEquil School, students learn to become innovators, teaching each other each week through their creations. WEquil App has thousands of novel and useful projects born out of our students' strengths, interests, and passions. But Demo Day is more than just a presentation. It's a celebration of innovation, collaboration, and the power of young minds. Join us on this incredible journey of inspiration as we witness the next generation of problem solvers and leaders. From Harvard professors to industry experts, our demo days attract incredible guest speakers who share their knowledge and ignite curiosity. Whether you're a young innovator looking to showcase your creations or a family seeking an extraordinary learning experience, Demo Day is here for you. Together, let's create a world where young minds flourish, ideas come to life, and innovation knows no boundaries. Join us for an unforgettable journey of learning, growth, and discovery. Welcome to Demo Day.
I'll present now.
Okay, awesome.
No. You do okay. You do fully.
All right. Okay. Here we go. I actually just pulled up your project, but here we go. So I wrote this article on relaxation versus revitalization. I asked ChatGPT for a good term to describe this other concept that I'm talking about, revitalization. This is what it suggested. But basically, after coming back from our month-long trip to India, I felt a sensation of something that kind of provided me perspective, more energy, and a feeling of life. But this was not a relaxing trip. It was actually quite stressful. And so in reading about how my personality relaxes, that seemed almost the opposite of what happened during our trip. And so I would kind of describe this as revitalization that serves a different purpose than relaxation. So in this presentation, I'll cover what the difference is between these two and why it's important. So basically, the relaxation represents a state of rest, a break from just like your work, a way of replenishing energy and reducing stress. For an INTJ personality type like myself, this typically includes solitude, predictability, and some form of order. But on the other hand, revitalization is a way of rejuvenating oneself by breaking free from your routine and sparking new perspectives. Seeking experiences that challenge our minds and bodies in fresh and invigorating ways. That can be an exciting adventure, going to new places, meeting new people. And though it's not relaxing, these experiences can offer a sense of fulfillment and personal growth. These experiences can contribute to a paradigm shift that allows you to come back to your daily routine with a new perspective. And afterwards, you can have more of an appreciation and reassess how you want to live and what you want to do with your life in general. And so revitalization also allows you to reset your baseline of relaxation. For example, if you get into a habit of doing certain relaxing activities like watching your favorite show every night, then it'll have less of an effect on you over time. So by going out of that and coming back to it, you can have more of an appreciation of them and impact from them. And so these kind of seem like they're at odds with each other and kind of two sides of the same coin. And while relaxation helps us maintain our internal balance, making sure we don't burn out, revitalization gets us out of our comfort zone and challenges us to learn, adapt, and grow. And so kind of striking the balance between these two, kind of having the self-awareness of what you need. If you're really tired and you need a break, then relaxation might be a better choice. But then if you find yourself getting stuck in a certain headspace and you're not doing anything new, then revitalization might be what you need as well. And so sometimes you actually require a little push to do revitalization because these things aren't necessarily relaxing, comfortable, or easy. So this is why I really appreciate the people in my life that recognize when I need this and encourage me to do things that I wouldn't otherwise do, such as my dad suggesting we go to India, or Isla getting me out of my routine and encouraging me to get out and have fun. And so different people need different things, and some people may have no trouble getting out and trying new things, but I've found this really helpful to me as I tend to lean towards predictability. And so I also don't think that one is really better than the other. It's just about kind of harmonizing those two and finding what's right for you. And so I also have found this to be similar to the yin yang concept, where just as happiness has no meaning without sadness, relaxation and rest have no meaning without adventure. And so adventure can come in many different forms for many different people, but it has the impact of breaking us out of our comfort zone and having new experiences. So to conclude, how do you relax and how do you experience revitalization?
Wow. Round of applause. You always
Also,
make me
the example about watching your favorite show every night, that's about me. I am now going through my third time of watching Liv and Maddie.
Yeah.
And so I think I'll try and execute on those revitalization examples.
All right.
Well, so I love that. I don't think I've really had anybody articulate that, but that's a very important concept. Like, we didn't have a very relaxing trip to India, but it was extraordinarily revitalizing to our whole family, even for mom and Isla being in the States, but being away from Sumay and I, who are usually like, this is what we came for. Like, we're like really, really intense, working all the time, or for them to just like chill more. It was very revitalizing. I feel like a lot of people, Sumay, do you think a lot of people end up not intentionally revitalizing, but they end up kind of going through cycles where they just push themselves to a point and they'll like get kind of burnt out. They're trying to relax. They think that they need to relax, but really what they need is to just experiencing something new people, new places, new something to kind of break themselves out.
Yeah, I think it's often not intentional because just as I had to write this article in the first place, there's really not a lot of like terminology and conversations happening around what this is and when people need it. And so like for example, I even found like after the house fire that we had, there was just kind of like a breaking out of our routine, obviously, and just kind of like really finding a new headspace, questioning what we wanted to do. And it was honestly something that we kind of needed after just so
It's
long
true.
of
That's
during
weird,
the pandemic.
but it's true.
Yeah, after the pandemic, just in always in the same environment, doing the same thing for so long, it just provided a new perspective, obviously not under the best circumstances, but yeah, I would say that it is something that is generally not very intentional for people, but I do think it should be, and kind of questioning like, well, how does that actually come about? And like how do you actually build that into your routine in some sense?
How
as
do you
well?
build it in a routine? Because
Yeah.
that's almost like antithetical
To routine,
to
yeah.
routine. People don't forget to relax, but they do forget to revitalize. And I think the fact that you articulate it gives people the vocabulary to take initiative and make that possible. Yeah, that was awesome. Anybody
Thanks.
else?
Yeah, I really liked the idea for the topic of relaxation versus being
Revitalization.
revitalization. I always struggle with that word.
Yeah.
But yeah, because I don't think that's something that gets talked about a lot, but there's definitely something to that. I think that's a really important concept.
Thank
I
you.
agree. I think it was a great article. The only thing is that I'm not quite sure how to apply, what was the word?
Revitalization.
Yeah, revitalization to my life.
Follow up.
So I'm like,
Like
what
how
should I do?
Yeah,
strategies for
that's true.
revitalization. Basically, you have to go to India.
No, honestly, I think that's really good. That's something that I'm also interested in because for me, I've just noticed it happen to me on accident. And that's, I'm kind of like relying on like my dad and my sister to like do it for me.
Well,
So
we bought a bunch of blow up boats real cheap at Aldi once, and then we just walked out the front door and found the
some
first body of
random
water
lake,
that we
yeah.
could find near our house, and we hopped in and we just had ourselves a little adventure. And
Yeah.
that was very revitalizing and not very relaxing at all.
Yeah.
But it was
fun.
awesome. Talking to new people is the way I do it. I feel like I'm constantly in a state of revitalizing, to be frank, because I'm constantly talking to new people. I'm constantly going around trying to do new things. I think that new projects, so like we don't have curriculums at WEquil School, right? But when you come on demo day and you see other projects, something that's different than what you would have thought of doing, that's a really good opportunity to revitalize. You know, your parents are you're gonna know this at some point if it hasn't kicked in yet. Like your parents are gonna say and suggest a lot of the similar kinds of things. You know, so like you're gonna want to be around different kinds of people, get different ideas, and that helps us too, because you know we can't think of everything. So if you try to work on a new sort of project with new people, that's a good way to revitalize. New environments. Like at some point, Chloe, as soon as your mom says the word, you can just hang out with us for a week. Just come on out here, have a party. Like we would love to have you.
Yeah.
That
Yes,
was really
please.
cool as like a way to revitalize. Yeah, you got to break up that routine. New people, new places, new things, new ideas, new projects, new music.
It's just like I have almost the exact same routine, all the exact same things every day. I'm like, what's new?
You have Sumay's personality type. You're already in that club, right?
Yep.
You guys should all commiserate about get it on your schedule. Get revitalization into your routine. Haha.
Yep.
Also, I have a suggestion for the article, a feedback sandwich.
Go ahead.
First of all, I think you did an amazing job of presenting that, considering that the article is so packed with information. You did a really good job of saying it succinctly and like make sure everyone understands it, because I'm trying to say it succinctly and shortly, and I noticed that when I presented I was going through an overview of part 1 of Stuffy's bike, I was kind of like, I'm not sure everyone understood like what the sprockets and the chain rings, but you did a great job. My meat is, I think, not only having strategies for revitalization, but I think making it into more of a motivational article, like trying to actually get people to want to do it. Because, like, I understand. I'm like, oh yeah, revitalization. But when I think about like going on an adventure, like with our toy blow up boats and going to India, I'm just like, no. No. So I think maybe turning it into more of something to motivate them into doing it, because
A movie.
everyone's
Given how quick you and good you are with these movies, taking clips from some of the different things
Oh,
we've
yeah.
done to revitalize and making that into like a featured WEquil School video on revitalization, that would be sweet. Embed that in a project. That would,
Yeah.
everyone's gonna walk away from that article understanding why and saying, oh yeah, that makes sense. But when they actually think about revitalization and what they can actually do, they're just like, I don't know about
Yeah.
that. So
That's
yeah,
why I think a video would be good, because you could have really a lot of clips
A lot of examples.
of that are showing the examples in the background. People be like, "Oh my goodness sakes, I'm
Daddy.
ready!"
Yeah.
Daddy, I need to finish my sandwich.
Oh,
Okay,
sorry.
yeah, go ahead.
Okay. For my other piece of bread, I think that was an amazing article to write just based on your experiences, because not many people can talk about that as well as you did, just because you just came back from India. And that was like the most revitalization experience you can have, like other than like going to space and stuff like that. But it's just like, yeah, really, really amazing idea and topic to have, just because you can speak to that so well.
Thank you. Yeah, I do think that moving into more of the practical application, that was more like the conceptual theory. But yeah,
Theory
that's
first?
great. Yeah,
That was a good way to
kind
go.
of. It
Probably
has
get
to
that.
come first, but then adding more. But now,
Probably
hey,
get to
Adi, you wanna share your?